Welcome back on the Friday. Today is the 25th of July. A lot of things are happening, including the market kind of slowing down over the past few days. But apparently Google is going to begin accepting, or I don't know if accepting, but looking at blockchain games, blockchain-based games. So that's an interesting thing. Also, Trump is meeting the Fed. Jerome Powell is looking like a little boy being reprimanded by a principal or the school principal or his class teacher. It's so bizarre. A bunch of other things, so we're going to look at all of that. But first things first, let's look at the markets. The market is presently sitting at $3.9 trillion, slight dip below the $4 trillion, but the trading volume is remaining at the same level for the past, basically over the entire weekend, $239 billion in trading volume. Pudgy Penguins retraced a little bit, of course, because I made a re-entry back into the system of deception. When you buy, it flattens out. When you sell, it pumps. When you buy, when you hold, it goes sideways. When you buy, it dips. You know how it goes. You've seen the memes, right? Anyway, Bitcoin sitting at $118,000, Ethereum at $3,700. BNB 779. I don't know why I never got into BNB. It just never, I don't know why. It just, BNB, like I see it and it just doesn't, it's not a sexy coin. I don't know why. No idea. I just never got into BNB. Solana 188. Cardano 82 cents. And what else have we got? Hedra 24 cents. Litecoin $114. Let's have a quick look at the Meowcoin because I haven't even looked at it just yet today. Meowcoin 7 market cap at $500,000. Not too bad. Let's quickly look at the charts. We've got, oh, that's Pengu. No, we want Bitcoin. Bitcoin continues its trend, its dance along those Fibonacci support lines and resistance lines here at 117 and 121. So this is going to be an interesting play. I guess we're going to have to trend some lines and see whether a triangle is forming or a flag, a bearish flag or a bullish flag. I guess that's going to be a bullish flag, and there's going to be a rip out above that. Ethereum, let's have a look at the overall market cap for altcoins. That thing hit $1.6 trillion and then we retraced back down to $1.4 trillion. So that's also forming a nice kind of retrace or channel right here between these two Fibonacci levels. And Ethereum, where are we at with Ethereum? Ethereum broke above these levels, but it still continues to dance on these resistance lines or support lines right now. And until we see Ethereum make a push for that $4,120, I guess this is what we're going to see. So what's been happening? Cathie Woods, man, prediction. I know prediction is the same thing as a guess, like an estimated or educated guess. But I mean, the word prediction makes it sound like they know what they're talking about. And I guess you could argue that she knows what she's talking about. But I wish they stopped calling it predictions, because it makes them look like freaking palm readers or people sitting in a room with tarot cards telling you the future. Cathie Wood predicts $1 million plus Bitcoin by 2030. I mean, we've seen this before. This is heating up. At least they're adding now the additional 5-year time frame in 2030. So at least there is that, because in the past, over the past bull run, it was just like, oh, Bitcoin going to $1 million, and everybody was going haywire. Everybody was losing their minds and going crazy in on Bitcoin because, oh my God, it's going to $1 million. This is why Plan B was ridiculed so much, because he made his predictions, and of course they didn't come to fruition, and then everybody shut all over Plan B. And all the poor guy was trying to do was share his vision of the stock to flow model. In any case, that's Cathie Wood's prediction. Bitcoin at $1 million in the next bull run. Strategy lifts latest preferred stock sale to $2 billion for more Bitcoin buys. Surprise, surprise. The expansion of Strategy's preferred equity offering reflects its bold community commitment to Bitcoin despite stock already outpacing major benchmarks. This is what it reminds me of, like this picture of MicroStrategy, basically perpetual Noria flywheel. You've got his stocks right here, and it keeps spinning. The only thing that's missing in this picture is the hamsters or the squirrels pushing on the wheel, running inside on the wheel to collect more money from investors. Is just ridiculous. Justin, Cathy Wood's ARK Invest just bought 4.42 million shares of Tom Lee's ETH treasury with BMNR. Another big move showing institutional confidence in Ethereum. Ethereum is on the move. Strategy intends to expand its new preferred equity offering to $2 billion from $500,000. The upsized deal comes as the Michael Saylor-led firm leans further into purchasing additional Bitcoin amid a powerful ETF-driven market rally to new all-time highs. The company has created multiple share classes to fuel its Bitcoin accumulation. Yeah, the number of asset classes that they've created is 5. And basically, it's like, you know, we complain about the government creating money out of thin air. Here is Michael Saylor's strategy, creating assets out of thin air, creating shares out of thin air just to accumulate more money. Like, it's ridiculous. It's turning into a ridiculous Ponzi scheme. That's what this is turning into. And when it implodes, it's not going to be pretty. It's going to be bad. Bitcoin, if strategy goes under, or not maybe under, but implodes and loses a bunch of money in the bear market, which bear market will come because that's the nature of all markets. There are bear markets and bull markets. That's the whole idea of the Wall Street, and cryptocurrencies are no different. So this market is not going to continue upwards in perpetuity. There's going to be a bear market sooner or later. President Trump will meet Jerome Powell and the Federal Reserve soon, and apparently that's already happening. Look at this. I'm going to play this video, let you listen to it. Let me just check the sound here quickly so you can hear it, because it looks hilarious. Trump, in his old style fashion, he pulls out papers out of his pocket to confirm that what he's saying is true. And I'm wondering, one thing I wonder about is, like, these two have hard hats. Why does this dude doesn't have a hard hat?
The overruns of the expenses, wanted to figure out why.
Yeah. So we're taking a look, and it looks like it's about 3.1 billion. It went up a little bit, or a lot. So the 2.7 is now 3.1.
I'm not aware of that.
Yeah, it just came out.
The paper
I haven't
comes
heard
out.
that from anybody at the Fed.
Yeah, it just came out.
Our notes had it about 3.1 as well.
3.1.
3.2.
This came from us.
Yes. I don't know who does that.
You're including the Martin renovation. You just added.
That's our entire capital.
Yeah, you just added in a third building, is what that is. That's a third building,
Well,
including
no,
the
but
Martin building.
it's a building that's being built.
No, it was built 5 years ago. We finished Martin 5 years ago.
It's part of the overall work.
But it's
So,
not new.
So we're going to take a look. We're going to see what's happening, and it's got a long way. Do you expect any more additional cost overruns?
Don't expect them. We're ready for them, but we have a little bit of a reserve that we may use, but no, we don't. We expect to be finished in 2027. We're well along, as you can see.
Nice to take these off every once in a while when we're not under too much danger. So, any questions?
The reason why.
So the hard hats are just for show. In any case, like, it's just comical. It looks like, yeah, like a little boy being bereaved by a vice principal here. Funny as hell. Fed and Powell face new problems as lawsuit seeks to make the FOMC rate meetings public. I mean, they're public already. They're being listed on a website, the FOMC meetings. You can find everything on federalreserve.org, and there are the meeting minutes. Everything's listed here. So I'm not sure how much more public they are going to make it, I guess. But Azoria Capital has sued Chair Jerome Powell and other central bank policymakers for keeping monetary policy meetings behind closed doors. Azoria Capital CEO, I guess they're behind closed doors until the announcements. Well, the announcements come out after the meetings are conducted, so maybe that's what they're doing. Azoria Capital CEO is close to the Trump administration and used to work as an assistant for the Department of Government Efficiency. Today, President Trump and his allies will visit the federal. That's what happened already. In its lawsuit, Azora Capital asked the court to issue a temporary restraining order that forces the Federal Open Market Committee to make its meetings public beginning next Tuesday and Wednesday, when central bank policymakers meet in Washington to decide on the next move in interest rates. According to the fund manager, by operating behind public scrutiny, the FOMC is deliberately undermining the public accountability envisioned by Congress, and that if a firm such as Azora does not have real-time access to FOMC deliberations, it cannot fully consider and protect itself against Federal Reserve policy shifts that can create volatility. Basically, his beef is that he can't keep more money for himself because he doesn't know what the Fed's going to do next. Just like the rest of us, I guess. Tim Draper's investment firm secures $200 million for its eighth fund. The company's website appeared to hint at a new fund launch on Thursday following the SEC filing for the $200 million raise. Draper, one of crypto's industry Bitcoin's OGs, also raised $124 million for the firm's seventh fund in 2022. This latest filing comes on the heels of the signing into law of the stablecoin-focused bill, the Genius Act. Draper Associates focused on the digital asset sector and boasts over $2 billion in assets under management, according to the firm's website. In 2014, Draper paid $19 million to buy 30,000 of the Bitcoin seized in the US government's takedown of Silk Road. The coins are today valued at about $3.5 billion. Not a bad deal. Not a bad deal at all. And the Ton Foundation launches Toncoin Treasury Company, plans to raise $400 million. Ton can't be left behind. Treasury companies popping up left and right. We've got people buying up Solana, Ethereum, Bitcoin, of course. So why the heck not Toncoin? I'm not sure if there is a Litecoin treasury just yet, but I'm sure if there isn't, it's going to come soon. Ton Foundation has announced plans to partner with Kingsway Capital Partners to create a new Toncoin treasury company. The joint entity is set to raise up to $400 million from private investors to advance the company's Toncoin treasury operations. The price of Ton is up 2%. Basically, these companies are like, hey, let's get together and see if a bunch of people will give us money so we can buy a bunch of this asset. And that's what they do. And this is what Sailor's been doing, and all the other companies have been doing as well. All the treasury companies that are popping up. Bitmine doubles its Ethereum treasury. More treasury, but this is Ethereum instead. Public mining firm now has a whopping 566,776 Ethereum in its coffers. Bitmine Immersion Technologies has quickly doubled its ETH holding to this number, reinforcing its position as a leading institutional treasurer of Ethereum. The firm's public filings reveal ETH reserves have grown from 300,000 to over 500,000. The move follows a $250 million private raise and continued development of proceeds into Ethereum, and enforcing a purposeful pivot from away from Bitcoin. So again, this is like private raise. So basically, they're taking money from private investors, whoever they are, whoever is willing to give them money. That's where the money comes from. So so Bitmine basically almost doubled its Ethereum holdings. And they're aiming to stake 5% of their overall Ethereum supply of 2 billion and make profits on that. Bitmine stock climbs 7% as firm dominates Ethereum accumulation market and launches NYSE options trading. And Google just backed blockchain game. Here's what this means for Web3 gaming. What happened? The remarks come shortly after My Lovely Planet became the first Web3 game to be featured in Google's global We Are Playing campaign, making a milestone for blockchain-based titles on mainstream app stores. So I assume that this is the first one. It's not going to be the last one. There's a lot of good gaming that seems to be coming out on the blockchain. Discourse is a pretty good place for this game, and some of the advertisements I saw on Discourse were kind of mind-blowing. So gaming on the blockchain is going to take us to the next level. Once we're able, I mean, gaming on blockchain is already present, but it's not as advanced, I guess, as it could be. But once it's developed to the proper level and accessible through gaming consoles like PlayStation and Xbox, that's going to be massive. Somehow people will be able to transfer, because I mean the consoles have access to the internet, and so of course they'll be able to entwine these games somehow with the blockchain, either by allowing people to trade NFTs or trade the assets that they own on the blockchain. It's going to happen, and so that's going to be next level. And then integration into 3D and 4D and virtual reality, and it's just going to be mind-blowing. Give it some time and we'll be living in a world like that depicted in the movie Ready Player One. That's coming. It's coming our way. And in order to stay informed on what cryptocurrencies are and where they're going, I strongly suggest for you to pick up a copy of Crypto and Millennials. It is now available. I mean, it's going to be available on September 1st, but it's now ready for pre-order. It's $11. It's no skin off your back. Pick it up. It'll educate you on what crypto is. If you are deeply entrenched in crypto, then it still will be an educational read. I'm sure that you'll discover things that you didn't consider in the past or didn't know about, and it also gives you a list, provides you with a list of projects and explanations of what they do, so you might have it handy and use it as a bookmark type deal or a quick access guide to find out what's what. Get that. Also, remember to pick up the Cent wallet. The discounts are still on. Ref links are below the video. Make sure to smash the like, subscribe to the channel, and come back for the next video next time. Have a fantastic weekend. I'll see you in the next video. Peace.